So in that spirit, we are gonna have to delay just a little bit further as we fix the last couple of PCs. I think there's some sort of I don't know, hardware issue. That means they're restarting every once in a while. So you don't want that in the middle of the game. So just stay with us, and we'll be right back. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost ready to get into the game. Had a bit of a break there.
A hiccup, I think they call it.
Yeah, a little bump in the road.
Yeah.
It's all been ironed out, and we're still on Valiance and Mouse Sports on Mirage. So it looked like it was going to be a really one-sided game.
It did look like that for a hot minute.
No,
it's not anymore.
No, Valiance is starting to come back a little bit, starting to wake up on the other side of the map. We'll see if they can follow through now.
Yeah, for those who weren't here before the extended break, it was a 13-2 half. Mouse Sports starting this out with a big lead on the T side of Mirage. They switched over to CT side. It's been 7 rounds in a row for Valiance, so it's now 13-9 in the favor of Mouse Sports, but they've been blanked on defense so far.
Look at that camera work. That cameraman was excited.
Yeah?
This other guy is a little bit more slow, but the Mouse Sports guy, he was rocking it. Get him some sort of race. That was nice. Well, 9-13 the scoreline, so only a 4-round gap. Impulse with the AWP, double up there on Oscar and Chris, which is what we thought the first time. They did this once before. It didn't really work out, but that seemed like a good recipe for success.
It's a different setup we're seeing out of Valiance than the first time the double op came out. The first time Mouse Sports had that, it was basically just a 4-man hit towards that B bomb site, a very basic execute that they were able to take advantage of. So we didn't see the double ops come into play too much. This time, slower paced round for Valiant, so time for Chris to find something. You can see searching, trying to find an opportunity before that smoke plumes. Boost into the window. This could be deadly. You can see some spam coming in, and Hunter's found his way, and he actually goes towards the B-bomb site. Chris has no idea. Oh no, this is now down to timing. This is a long route for Hunter to work, and this is bold, but it could yield results. And Chris just changes his mind. Tense scenario for Hunter on this flank.
Yes, it is, but look at the opening that he's going to find turning the corner. They're not going to do anything, Mouse Sports. They're going to be so confused about what's happening. He wants more than just a single kill. This is a big risk, but he sees both. Tap one, sprays the second, and that's just perfect play. Hunter absolutely infiltrating the lineup, and the rest of Valiance waiting, not moving while that's happening. That's something that we brought up earlier. Definitely a big play there. That just might be the round in one engagement. Very well done. Yeah,
look at him now as well. Look at what he's building upon. He's flushing them right into EMI's hands. Or Emmy, excuse me, Molotov down on the ground. And Chris is going to have to give it up into that B bomb site. Yeah, he rotates back towards CT spawn. Molotov into the choke point. That's such a beautiful job from him. And these ops, neither of them found a kill. Obviously, Oscar assassinated. Chris J forced into an awkward fight, and now he's got to hold on. Sonny's able to find one on the exit. Emmy's waiting for him, but all these weapons that Valiant takes away are just huge.
Yeah, especially if they can steal that AWP, but what a great way. I mean, we were just worried about this. What happens if you're a team like Valiant and you're on this comeback and things are looking up and suddenly you have to have a long technical break? That might be a little bit frustrating, but...
Yeah, it was the dark thoughts, wasn't it? Just like they could have just gone so cold, and how frustrating would it be if they just got, if Mouse Sports just came in and just kind of won everything from here on out. So a really good start out of the extended break. And now they're the ones smiling. And this was great. Yeah, the trigger control for Hunter obviously knows that Rops was going to be free, but wanted that second kill, and that's huge. That's Oscar down. This is a team, Mouse Sports, that this is considered, they're considered to be the best team in the world on this map.
Yes, indeed, and for good reason. The T side was looking very impressive. The CT side, on the other hand, a little bit sketchy. There's a good kill, though, from Chris. Always a little bit worrisome when you don't get that initial headshot, but came out on top and now falling back through consecutive smokes to try and get back into that A-bomb site. He did take a lot of damage, but ultimately, they're going to be quite happy with this scenario. They've given up on the aggression on the rest of the map, so they are a little bit blind to what Valiants are going to throw at them.
Yes, they are, but at the same time, a 4-on-5, it will be interesting to see if Valiants has what it takes to kind of recover in this. One player towards mid, that's Emmy. He's going to have to come through underpass, and it's either going to be a delayed flank or split up the connector. Might be in position for the post plant. But it's going to be a 3-on-3 here. These nades are so very important, and all three players centralized around the bomb site, 2 under the balcony. In dark, 1 Molotov could work wonders here if it's placed properly. Just the smoke creating space for Impulse to grab an angle. He's not going to see anyone peek, and here comes the Molotov. There's Emmy with an opening out of Sunny. That's towards mid, and now the hit is on. And they're going to come through these smokes. 2 players to find right underneath the balcony. 1 at the boxes, double kill. And it's a 2-on-1. Oscar, he's got to get involved with this AWP.
Yeah, the bomb is actually dropped by Sandwich, so hopefully they don't cross against Oscar. That could be a little bit dangerous, and he's going to move a little bit closer. So they plant in the safe position. They have every tool to win this 2 versus 1. They've got the Molotov, even grenades picked up here. Oscar moving a bit closer, but he's quickly going to run out of time. He does not have a defuse kit picked up currently, and that smoke means a couple of more positions for him to check, which is not going to be easy at all. Ticking away in front. Oh, he misses the no-scope, and Nino will take him down. It's a double kill there for the Macedonian player, and that will be another round for Valiant, now making it 10. Sorry, is that 11? No, 10 to 13. No, 11 to 13, sorry. Got the
it's always
right
confusing when it updates, right?
It is a little bit. I was
with all the new UIs and everything.
I was getting a little bit frustrated there, but this is great news. I mean, look at Hunter, 21 kills, I believe.
Yeah, this is sick. This has been a phenomenal comeback back into the hands of Mousesports, though. 2 ops, and that hasn't really been all that effective. And you can see now. I mean, even I think that was Sunny in Window Room backing away from any kind of fight. That previous round is really nice. I mean, a 3-on-3 engagement at the A bomb site and an extended battle as well, and Valiant's able to come out on top. Still, Mousesports 0 rounds in the second half.
I feel like the solution at this point is to let Oscar loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, take him off the leash and just let him go wild.
It's weird though, because it's always like that seems like such an easy thing from the outside, but it's never like, you know, you don't ever like as an in-game leader just say, all right, Oscar, you're unleashed and have it click in, right? Like the player also has to be like in like the mood and the mindset to be taking over, and a lot of things can kind of put him out of that. Maybe he just feels like he's had some poor timings. Maybe he feels like he's missed a couple easy shots and just feels like he doesn't have that, you know, that level in him to take over the game.
That's what those Any Given Sunday type pieces are for, Moses. That's how you get, you know, people fired up. No, but you're right. He's playing a little bit aggressively actually now with the AWP, moving all the way into the kitchen. This is such a great angle because he can know so much about what's going on, but he hasn't found anyone, and looks like he's going to give up on it, which I'm a little bit sad about. Timing is almost there. He's going to get the kill on Hunter. It's a strong way to get started. Still hanging around.
This is the problem when you're this slow at Valiance at the end of the timer, though. They have to get going, and the fact that, you know, Oscar's had this perch, he's going to get the follow-up. They're not ready for him, and he's going to stick around. The bomb is there, but he can't be the aggressor. That might be the opening they needed.
Yeah, Sunny going to try and get there quick so they can't get the bomb down easy. Letney going to pick up the kill on Sunny. That's very good indeed. Still a 3-on-3 with the bomb down. Valiant, if they win this round, that would be huge. And Nino's got the perfect chance for it. Here's the step up, very patient. It's going to be Letney instead to take down Robs. And suddenly it's in favor of Valiant. They've really turned this round in their favor. Stiko and Chris in a lot of trouble, and they're already thinking about backing off. They don't want to stick around here. What a big turnaround. I was not expecting that. I thought those 2 kills for Oscar, that was it.
Yeah, this is so wild. Letney coming up catwalk with the huge kills. Oscar to allow the bomb into the site as it was running down, and that's what worried me. When you're that slow as Valiance and the clock is that low and it's that late into the round, and the fact that you've had no one at B bomb site preventing that kind of a push from Oscar, that's exactly the obstacle you could run into, and we don't see teams recover from that too frequently with 20 seconds left on the clock. So brilliant from Letney, bailing his team out of a tough spot and building upon it as well. I mean, not just killing Oscar, but protecting the bomb planter as well as Sunny came out of market. 13 to 12. This is getting weird, Anders. This is getting real weird.
If Mousesports end up losing this map, they're going to be so incredibly frustrated. Missed jump there from Sunny. Not so easy. I mean, some players do make it look easy, but just getting that right momentum could be a bit tricky. 13-12. We're moving into the 26th round. Stiko's currently alone on the A bomb site with that M4 and 1 smoke grenade. So, sorry, it's Robs who's there with the Deagle instead. That's even worse. I was going to say that's not so much coverage on A. Even worse.
Yeah, it's really not, is it? Well, we'll see how this goes. A lot of players in Palace. 2 of them. 2 over towards B. One's going to be coming up A ramp, so this is just a small fake being put on. Look at the blue dots. It is pulling 1 player away towards Catwalk. Still 2 players defending, but it doesn't force Rops into a rotate, but it does force him out into the open. Easy kill for Hunter. And meanwhile, 2 players over the B bomb site haven't committed. That's an important kill. They need to hold on to this site, and that's a missed shot. That could be the critical shot that allows Letney to get position to protect his teammates. As utility is used towards these choke point, we do get the plant, and there's 1 flanker coming from B towards Catwalk, and he's got to get there before that smoke clears. Get some easy kills from behind.
Critical retake here for Mouse Sports. They still have not gone around on the CT side. There's a headshot coming in. Emmy with a big flank. That smoke is going to block a little bit, but not enough. Stiko still goes down. The lineup almost happens. Oscar now in a 1 versus 2. And again, he's very low on time. No kit currently picked up. He's going to get one chance there, but not hitting the shot. And Nino will take him down. That's another round for Valiants. And now Mouse Sports are really starting to feel the pressure. We had to wait a little bit, Moses, but now that this game is back, it's really
delivering.
Kicked off.
And this is the course it was looking like it was taking before the break as well. It doesn't even feel like anything's kind of changed so much. So 13-13. This is mental. And even the Valiants guys, when you can see them between the rounds on camera, they're not like the normal loud cheering, are they? They're very poised. They're very much in control.
You see Oscar was doing the happy lean there?
Yeah.
Just leaning into your fist.
Having his midlife crisis.
Yeah. There's someone get a screenshot of Happy doing that. I swear it's...
That's what you look like when you come home from work after 4 days in the week and you're having another microwave dinner. That's the kind of face you make. You're just like, God.
Another one.
Yeah, I
know. I know I said this a lot, Moses, but you know, next time you're in Europe, come to my house and I'll cook you dinner and we'll I just perfected the art of making chocolate cake, Moses. Because we have like a lot of kids in the family, and I thought this is going to be a valuable skill.
Yeah.
And I did
chocolate
it.
cake skill.
Yeah, I did
You've
it.
only done one cake, and you think you've perfected
Twice.
the skill?
I did the same cake twice. Exact same recipe.
I don't like chocolate cake though. Just throwing that out there.
Oh. What? Who doesn't like chocolate cake? Are you even human? One.
I don't like chocolate. Yeah, I got nothing. I don't like chocolate cake. It's too much chocolate for me. More of a vanilla.
Yeah, it's a chocolate cake. I mean, they do put chocolate in it. You're on to me, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
What kind of
cake do you have?
Red velvet's always nice. Can you do a red velvet?
We don't even have that in Europe. I agree. It's amazing, but it's so good they only make it in America.
Yeah, that's an issue. Instant diabetes. That cake.
All right. I'll find a way to make red velvet cake. Don't worry.
Cool.
We'll figure it out.
Well, I'm no longer going to be living in Copenhagen, so that idea is kind of dead for now. We'll have to schedule it for the future.
Yeah, I'm
You've
sure
missed your window of opportunity to cook me dinner.
That'll be something.
Still a window of opportunity for Mouse Sports to recover. One for Valiants to make sure they can close this one out. This is where they struggled though in the qualifier, Anders, is closing games out.
Well, some people would argue it's even a skill on its own, right? And you can only learn it by getting into a bunch of situations where you don't do it, and then eventually you collect all of those and you say, what's going wrong? Like, why can't we do this? And then some teams move past that stage and they run into different stages.
Yep.
Like closing out a game group stage versus closing out a games in quarter, semi, grand finals. Like they're all different scenarios in some ways. That you have to get to those stages to really try it, I guess. Which I never did. So.
No, not a lot of people have. I was pointing out, I think LMBTQ, the coach of Mouse Sports, is just leaning on a chair and there's no one actually in that chair. So we have the warning signs again.
Warning signs. Well, it's just one person. It'll be fine. Don't even worry. I wouldn't be worried at this point.
Okay.
It's just, it's not a computer problem. It's just something else. So we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Listen, on the flight into to Marseille, I've never been here before.
I've never been to France before.
You've never been to France before?
This is my first French experience.
I've been to Paris a couple of times, like 3 or 4 times, but the nature around here is unbelievable. Like
Yeah, I was laughing at you a little bit because we had like the little rock hills around the highway that you were just like your mind was blown.
Yeah. We don't have mountains.
Denmark's a flat place apparently.
Yeah, it's just completely flat. So. I was loving it. I wish we could go for like a nice walk or something.
Those weren't mountains, Anders. Those were just like rocky structures.
If you're from Denmark, they're mountains. That is, the rocks are sticking out of the ground. That means they're mountains. Okay. That's the definition.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite lovely. But obviously we're still it's still day one. It's in fact still game one. But
Marseille has been wild. We went out for dinner last night. Cool little neighborhood. No idea where it was, but it was enjoyable little walk down some alleyways.
Yeah. We tried some local food. It's really good.
Some cuisine.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I can't wait to see what the crowd's going to be like here, because I reckon from the way that the arena is set up and the way that the seats are, the volume is going to be quite loud. I think
it should be
exciting. Yeah,
it should pummel the players.
Yeah,
if you know, which would be great. And I know I remember watching. I think it was, pretty sure it was League of Legends. They did one of their playoff stops was in Paris or one of the French cities.
Really?
And it was super cool. The audience was a bit crazy.
Nice.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah. So if you're going to be coming here on the arena days, then make sure to be loud. You know, we like that.
Still tickets as well, I believe.
Right. Yeah. You should,
so definitely pick some up.
Yeah. It's the weather is incredible outside, but you can spend a couple of days, you know, just being inside, watching Counter-Strike.
Listen, there's nothing quite like having beautiful weather. The first sun I've seen in 3 months of being in Copenhagen, and then getting to enjoy it inside of the arena.
Weather
as I look at the windows.
Weather isn't really our strong suit in Denmark. We don't really do that very well.
Weather, mountains, you guys have a whole host of issues. So does Mousesports. Still no rounds picked up in the second half on the defense, which is just crazy to think about. Valiant's giving them a run for their money in the opening game here at DreamHack Masters Marseille.
Yes, indeed. So much utility. You look at the grenades there on the Valiant side, but for Mousesports, it's quite a different story. They've got to be very conservative with their use here, otherwise they might run into trouble. And the problem is you do really need those grenades for the retake. Like, you do need at least one smoke to try and defuse the bomb, or a Molotov to clear someone out of the corner, and they're already almost out.
Don't even think about the utility, right? You only have one kit. That's on Chris J. So depending on how the retake will happen, it could be a nightmare. It could be a disaster. They have the good read. One flashbang over. A quiet way for Valiants to pressure. Molotov out. All this utility, or all the little utility, is being used. Sonny, that's a great find on a Letney. Rops down to 7 HP. Almost burns alive. And actually, Sonny's going to be able to build upon this. Mistakes as Valiants, this hit looks disjointed. They're not pushing together as a unit as we've normally seen.
And there's no pressure from middle either. And Chris has been keeping an eye on it, so he knows what's up at the moment. Emmy going to try and see if he can rotate around. Sonny almost gets that shot. Down to 10 health on Emmy. That's a very important kill. I'm not sure it's going to be quite enough there. Mouseport should have the upper hand. Bomb. Going down. Just a bit of hesitation. Impulse worried about the fact that there's no one there to really help him out. He's going to go for the plant now, but they're boosting on the other side. Is it going to be in time? A little bit disconnected there as Emmy goes down to Oscar Rops next in line. Now it's a 3-on-3. Stiko getting impulse all on Nino, and he's getting trapped. Stiko is shooting him in the back, and that will be the round for Mousesports. Better late than never. Better late than never. You would have liked a couple more kills for Valiants to come out there, but it's not going to matter too much. Still going to be a dicey situation. Mousesports, they don't have a lot of money. They're going to have to drop 2 weapons, so a win here for Valiants might just seal this game. This is a huge round to be coming out. And this was just awkward. Like, I like the play initially by the one flashbang to just get out towards Mountain and hold that angle and kind of pin that player down, try and nade and Molotov him into oblivion. But from there, you need to have a response. And maybe they're put off by that Molotov, but you cannot let Sonny just swing out and peek and take those duels. And he's having a phenomenal game as well. 26 kills for Sonny, 20 deaths. Next closest player in Mousesports, 17 frags. So Sonny far and away the most impactful player here for the Mousesports team. Yeah, he's had just a great game. We were worth going back and watching just his demo from this one. Another headshot comes in from Sonny. And also the kill with the AWP from Chris early on. Now 5 versus 3, and I'm glad they backed off. It looked to me like they were about to just stay and fight in the middle, and when you're already 5 versus 3, that might not really be necessary. So good job on Mousesports to cancel that little skirmish. Somehow they open themselves up to the middle, and Letney get to pick up 2 big kills. Why did that have to happen?
That's great. Both players out in the open, exposed, and Emmy spots Stiko, and he's given a gift. The op of Chris J misses, as Letney was able to find 2 kills for mid. Just a little bit of pressure put on. 50 seconds left in the round, and I believe that's Sonny that's pushed up towards a ramp, so they've got to be quiet. He's in a perfect position, though. It's Emmy who's going to have to make his way up connector, and he only has a Molotov. He'll have to use that for catwalk if he wants to get up, though. That or just take the duel. The timing is going to be everything if Stiko decides to push out. And they still haven't realized that Sonny has pushed a ramp, although he's continuing to go now, and he might actually put himself out of position. But yeah, doesn't want to get too far away from the bomb site.
Yeah, that's a really, really good choice. If he keeps going thinking it was going to be a B hit, that might have been just a bit uncomfortable. Now he's just ready and waiting. 14 seconds on the clock as the bomb goes down. You can see Letney not aware that Sonny's going to be here. So that's a free kill, leaving Emmy alone. 1 versus 3. Gonna get the headshot on one guy. turning around for a flashbang there, just buying himself a bit of time, but they know exactly where he is, and they're already on the defuse. Not with the kit, though, so it's full 10 seconds. Headshot comes in, and Emmy now spraying through the smoke. Not sure he is. The reload is in, and Sunny with 1 second left, and he's going to get the defuse. That's such an awful way to lose around there. If you're Valiant, you thought you had that 10-second defuse. They don't happen all the time, but...
No, but it's okay if you're Valiant, because the money is still again going to be low. That's the one thing you have to ride on, is, you know, if you can just reset this, right? You're only 2 rounds away. If you can break this. Losing track of a ramp of that one player inside the bomb site. They've been so good throughout this half, and just small mental mistake yields big results for Mousesports. Chris J, though, he's got to fall back through the fire. Smokes it out. He's going to go back for more. He's got to be careful. There's an off angle, but he does find it somehow. Chris J, he finds the balls to make the play, and now is Oscar. The double up setup is making it happen, and this is a wash.
And those were some absolutely incredible balls on Chris. I have no idea what he just did. 1 versus 5, Hunter all alone in the middle here. It looks like Mousesports might have to run away with this last round, even in spite of everything that Valiance has been throwing at them this second half. Great double spray, but Hunter's going to go down. Chris getting the last couple of kills, and Mousesports will win the game. Honestly, he got Molotovs back from Catwalk, put up a smoke, then ran through his own smoke to fight in the middle again. If you're a mid player on Valiance, then how do you see that happening?
You don't.
Like, there's just no way to know that would happen.
Yeah, I think it's tough. It seemed like they had a player on the mid-ramp with the off angle that I thought maybe he would have been able to spot it, but I guess just not able to, which is unfortunate. You just need to have someone who's watching it, but yeah, you can't ever anticipate that kind of a play. Either way, you can see it from Chris J. Small celebration. They get to breathe easy. They almost, that would have been a crazy upset to start this out.
Yeah, I don't think Mousesports would have been very happy, but great on Valiance. I mean, really showing their T side, really showing that they knew what they were doing. CT side needs work, but fair play.
So does Mousesports.
Yeah, that's very true indeed. Yeah. So we do have the analysts ready, and let's see what they say. Alex, you guys still with us? You having a good time?
Yes. Delays aside and comebacks aside, we are, Anders. I mean, we actually just sat there on the edge of our seat towards the end of that one. Yanko in particular was rather engrossed. In fact, you spent most of your time actually watching from the players' area. That was closer than we anticipated.
So close yet so far, Alex.
Yeah.
I think it's the term, right? You look at you see it happening, even despite the delay, the comeback in the second half, and then they keep going after the break, winning even more gun rounds consecutively, and then just at the very, very end, they kind of run out of steam, and it shows you. It's a great feat to almost make that comeback, but eventually you run out of things to do.
Absolutely, and you can see the scoreline as well, 13-2 on the half, and they still managed to come back and do damage. A good T side from Valiant.
Yeah, look, we talked about the game plan, right? And you're going to have that more so on the T side than you are on the CT. That's one of those things which steps out, because you can have your set strategies, you can have your set pieces, you can have your plans and all the plays. It's more so on the CT side because you're the one doing the dictating as opposed to being dictated to. Yeah. Now, we saw on the CT side, right? They had a rough start. It was first game of the day for everybody.
Sure.
So one of those things.
I think it's that they had a clear game plan. Like you see, first gun round, they lost 2 4v2s in the pistol round and in the force buy. So they could have turned it away at the beginning. And then the first buy round, they have a stack 4A, right? It's just a gamble read, but Sunny just jumps into window and basically, you know, backstabs and gets 2 easy kills. That's round lost, right? They had a couple of gambles like that on their CT side where they just made the wrong read, right? One round they stacked 3 towards B, sure. Mousesports goes A, and once they make the correct read, they're not going to mount that retake. It was mostly saving for Valiance, but it shows you just if you 1 or 2 more rounds, and they could have made it.
Yeah, but the thing is not only were they losing some of those silly rounds, they were winning a couple of silly rounds as well, Chad. It wasn't, you know, it did go both ways. And can I start the conversation that Mousesports, perhaps with a 13-2 lead against an unknown entity, did start to have a little bit too much fun?
Look, you're going to get a little bit complacent, that's for sure, and then obviously delay coming in, that didn't help the situation. Yeah. The thing that tilted me the most about Mousesports in that entire game was the fact that they all had their first letter of their name capitalized.
Who are they?
Why are they doing that?
I know. Sunny's got random N's in the middle of his name capitalized. What's he doing?
Anyway, the fact of the matter is, yeah, I think Valiance won some rounds that they probably shouldn't have either. There was a 5v3 where Oscar got 2 opening AWP kills over towards that B bomb site, and then they panicked. But then they, you know, you could see the poise, you could see the fact that Valiance, they do know how to play the situations. It's just one of these environments going up against Mouse Sports, one of the best teams in the world right now. Yeah. It's a tall task.
Well, perhaps we can get some of the answers that we have started to outline questions from. Chris J, he is standing by. We can talk to him. Hello, handsome.
Hello, what's up?
Not much, man. Just hanging out talking about Counter-Strike. Hopefully, you can help us out. So, I mean, the guys at the desk were just initially wondering, 2v4 in the pistol, 2v4 in the anti-eco. Could you feel those guys that you were playing against perhaps feeling a bit nervous, making some mistakes?
I guess for sure. I mean, both were like really shaky rounds. We didn't have our aiming on point yet. We could clearly see they didn't either. I don't know if it's because they're nervous because it's like the first big match at an international event, or because it's like cold here, which I feel like affected us. But yeah, it was shaky, and we capitalized on it, CT side or on our T side.
Yeah, spectacular T side. I mean, I'll open it up to the analysts as well. If you've got any questions for
Just speaking of capitalized, is it an in-joke at the moment to have the first letter of your names capitalized? I really need to know.
It's actually a mistake by the DreamHack admins.
Oh,
we were all tilted about it.
God
like, what the fuck? We cannot